Went to church as a kid. Had good upbringing. Parents took me to church every Sunday, every Wednesday. My mother was a youth leader for a while. Um, but I always wasn't running towards God. Wasn't ever pursuing God. I can see throughout my life that He was always there protecting me in and out of addiction, even before my addiction. I can see when God was there. When I started my recovery journey, I was at another program, and there was a gentleman here at the Rock that I knew through a mutual friend. Kept talking about how wonderful the Rock was. Talking about how it's a faith-based program. His relationship with God had strengthened a whole lot in the short time he had been there. And my friend and I kept debating if we should leave the program we were in to come to the Rock because we had seen what this gentleman was gaining, and it was something we wanted. Fast forward a few years, when I went back to detox to get off of Suboxone, it was God's will for me to come to the Rock. The detox I went to, the Rock shows up the very first Saturday that I'm there, and I had been praying for, the first 7 days, 7 days that I was there, that God showed me where you need me to go, because I knew that I needed long-term treatment. And then, of course, like I said, the first Saturday, the Rock shows up. I said, I'm going to go to the Rock. And then within about 10 days, found out the Rock was full and they didn't have any more beds. And then the gentleman that I was in detox with ended up leaving on a Saturday. And on Monday, I went up to one of the caseworkers and I said, I want that bed at the Rock. I said, I've been praying for it. I said, I feel like it's where God has led me to. And long story short, I talked to one of the recovery coaches. They accepted me into the Rock. Going to backtrack just a little bit. Like I said, all through my life, I'd never been pursuing God, but I could always see when He was there. I could see when He kept me alive. I could see, because I've been in 2 very terrible accidents, and both of them they told me I was never going to walk right, or I was going to have a terrible limp. And then here I'm walking, and it's all because of God. Once I got to the Rock and surrendered to the program and started working my steps, my right foot that I had an accident with has started giving me some trouble around Christmas. Had to quit work, and for almost 3 months I prayed, God, whatever your will is for me to do, whatever it is you want me to do, that I need to be of service to you, that's what I'll do. And after months of praying, come to find out, I'm going to take over a program once I leave the Rock. And it's a faith-based program. They want me to introduce the 12 steps into the program. We're getting ready to do some serious expanding. And it's all been because of God. It's not because of anything I've done. I've just worked my steps, done the next right thing, being honest and not lying, and all the things that we practice, integrity and open-minded and willingness, like just practicing those simple things has led me to a path that I'd never dreamed would be possible, and it's all because of God. I'm a member that smoked weed and drank. I smoked my first joint when I was 10 years old. I had my first pain pill when I was 13. By the time I got out of high school, I was full-fledged addict. Just doing which I maintained a job up until I was 34 years old. I worked for the same company that whole time, maintained a job. It was a family business, so it was probably one reason that they kept me so long, but also it had to do with coal mines, and at that point in time, coal mines went down the drain. So once I left that job, my addiction, it went to heroin, to meth, to, I mean, IV drugs. It was all whatever I could get my hands on, everything I could get my hands on. I was powerless. I was a slave to it. And that went on for a couple of years. And then 2018, I managed to get 2 DUIs within 6 months. And I said, man, something's got to change. And I did give it, I feel like I gave it a pretty good effort, but I was still not pursuing God at that point in time, and went to what we call MAT programs, boxing, Civitex, and I was been on that for the last couple of years, and then, I really wasn't out in the madness for the last couple of years, but I was just dry drunk, miserable, white knuckling it, whatever you want to call it. I was miserable. And even though my child come into my life and he's the greatest thing that could ever happen to me, I still was miserable. I was there as a parent, but I wasn't completely there giving him all my attention that I should have been. And I was like, man, I got to get free. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of being a slave. Around 2016, I really tried to quit on my own. I really tried to cut back and, watch how much I took a day, this, that, and the other, but I never could do it. And then the DUIs came, and I was tired. And then even after that, it was still, even though I wasn't doing the next right thing as of being sober, I was taking the small steps that I needed to get to this point, to where I was so sick and tired of just being in bondage. I've been to 4 different detox centers altogether. I've been in 2 6-month to 12-month programs, including this one. I've been in like 7 to 10 day detoxes. I've probably been in 13 more overdoses that I can count, but 2 of them that I can think of, I was in the hospital for 2 days. IVs hooked up to me. They didn't know if I was going to make it. Trying to do what he would want me to do and not what Ryan wants to do. I mean, it's made all the difference in the world. I went to a place in Dalton, Georgia. It was 6 months, and it was faith-based. But I just wasn't ready. As soon as I got out there and come home, it wasn't half a day. That's hot. April 7th of 2019 is when I truly tried to quit. Well, I did quit the hard drugs. No meth, no heroin, nothing like that, till I got here. I got here July 11th of 2020. Been clean almost 13 months. It's all because of God. Just me trying to chase him and do what he wants. Like I said, it's not anything I've done but try to chase him and be the person I think he'd want me to be. And my life has changed drastically. I'm soon to be the director of the Hero House, which is based out of Madison, West Virginia. We have, as of right now, we have an 8-bed facility for men. We have an 8-bed facility for women. If you complete a 28-day detox, we are accepting applications. Hero House, Madison, West Virginia. Site is www.wvherohouse.com. All one word. The shortest you can be there is 6 months, but you just gotta go to church whenever you're not working. The director now is wanting to start like an Al-Anon type class that will be for parents and family members of loved ones that are in addiction. Try to give them some education. It's all God, with me.
Amen.